Turmoil in Ethiopia, reminiscent of Putin's notorious authoritarian regime in Russia, has made international headlines. This upheaval, marked by a climate of fear and uncertainty, has come at a time when the world is increasingly getting aware of the infringement on basic human rights. At the crux of this storm is an incident that has sent ripples of shock and trepidation across the globe: the cold-blooded assassination of Bate Urgessa, a high-ranking official of the Oromo Liberation Front in Mekki, Oromia. This chilling saga eerily parallels the brutal political executions that have marred Putin's Russia. It highlights the harrowing reality that mirrors the creeping authoritarianism seen in Russia and the deteriorating human rights situation. This incident is not just a reflection of a regime's ruthlessness, but also a potent symbol of the increasingly perilous state of human rights under the present Ethiopian government. The demise of Bate was not just a loss of a political figure, but the brutal obliteration of a voice that was a beacon of hope for the marginalized Oromo community. His brutal end was marked by shock and dread, leaving not only his mourning family grappling with their loss, but also the entire nation in a state of disbelief and grief. The news of his murder swiftly spread beyond national borders, piercing the international community's conscience. The international community wasn't just reduced to stunned silence, but was jolted into action. U.S. Senator Ben Cardin, the chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, has been a leading figure in the global condemnation of this horrifying act. His thunderous words of shock and anger, offering condolences to the aggrieved family and demanding a comprehensive investigation into Mr. Bates' death by a neutral, reputable international entity, encapsulate the global sentiment. His commanding voice, echoing the collective international outrage, demands justice for Bate Urgessa and the countless others who have fallen victim to this regime's cold-bloodedness. This incident isn't an isolated one, but a reminder of the bitter truth of the current political climate in Ethiopia. Bates' murder has further heightened the existing fear and insecurity among the people of Ethiopia, serving as a harsh reminder of the dire cost of political power struggles. The murder reflects the alarming pattern of political assassinations under the current regime, a stark reminder of the power politik's deadly consequences. This tragic event has clouded the nation with sorrow and fear. It has left an indelible scar on the collective psyche of the Oromo people and Ethiopia at large. It's not just a loss of an individual, but a blow to the collective resistance against autocracy. This tragic event is a potent call to action for the international community to recognize and take a stand against such egregious human rights violations. It is a wake-up call for the world to step in, to intervene, and to ensure that such acts of political violence are no longer the norm, but the exception. It is a potent call to action for the global community to take a stand against human rights violations. The lethal cycle of political assassinations, beginning with engineer Simegnew Bekele and continuing with Hachalu Hundessa, Seare Mekonnen, and Asaminu Sig, casts a chilling shadow across the world. Its epicenter, however, is the heart of the bereft families, where the echoes of the loss, like that of Bate Urgessa, resonate the most. Bates' partner is left grappling with a depth of sorrow that is immeasurable. As she mourns the loss of her spouse, the father of their children, her pain is a poignant of the broader suffering inflicted by an oppressive regime. This is not an isolated incident, it's a grim reflection of the pattern rampant in the current political landscape, a pattern that brazenly disregards the sanctity of life in its quest for power. Bates' untimely demise, seen merely as the eradication of a political adversary, unveils an eerie similarity with authoritarian regimes around the world. It brings to mind Putin's Russia, where political assassinations are a grim reality and dissidence equates to a death sentence. Bates' life was extinguished in a manner that speaks volumes about the brutalities of the regime. He was ambushed at his hotel, savagely battered, and then shot 6 times. His body was left to bleed out, a brutal testament to the regime's callousness. Despite being renowned for his calm demeanor and straightforward approach, Bate was a peaceful political figure whose fortitude in the face of ruthless oppression remained unwavering. Bate was no stranger to adversity. He had been arrested and detained, thrust into the jaws of the beast he so vehemently opposed. Yet his conviction remained unshaken, his resolve steadfast. It was a testament to his spirit, a spirit that refused to bow down to the oppressive measures of the regime. His passing has now become a wake-up call for the Oromo people, exposing the brutal reality of the regime's oppressive measures. The lethal cycle of political assassinations has persisted relentlessly across Ethiopia, from Addis Ababa to Tigray, from Bahir Dar to Bate Urgessa's hometown. Miki. This struggle for justice and accountability in Ethiopia is now underscored by a call to confront the rampant extrajudicial killings and political repression head-on. There is an urgent need to break this lethal cycle and bring an end to the oppressive regime that seeks to silence any form of political dissent. Bate's death serves as a grim reminder of this need. It's a reminder of the urgent for an end to the tyranny. His legacy is a testament to the power of conviction and the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to compromise their principles in the face of brutal adversity. His life, his death, his legacy, they are all a rallying cry for change. His story, his struggle, his unwavering commitment to his principles all serve to inspire those who continue the fight. A fight for justice, for freedom, for the right to live without fear. The lethal cycle of political assassinations, beginning with engineer Ssemenyo Bekele and continuing with Hachalu Hundessa, Seare Mekonnen, and Asaminyu Tsig, casts a chilling shadow across the world. But it's also a call to action, a call to continue the fight, a call to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. His legacy is a testament to the power of conviction and the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to compromise their principles in the face of brutal adversity. This spirited individual has displayed a deep sense of concern over the actions of Abiy's regime that has stymied political opposition, media, and dissidents. Bate Urgessa, a dedicated father, husband, and son, was a beacon of bold honesty. Respected for his forthright interactions with the press, Bate mirrored the courage of opposition politicians in Putin's Russia by daring to voice his dissent against the regime. His tragically cut short life signifies yet another chapter in the horrifying sequence of political assassinations under Abiy's regime. Indeed, Bate's death isn't an isolated incident, but part of a chilling pattern reminiscent of the climate in Ethiopia, where political assassinations and extrajudicial killings have become an alarmingly routine reality. As we conclude this report, our thoughts are with Bate Urgessa's family during this difficult time. The loss of a loved one, particularly in such a tragic and public manner, is a pain that we can only begin to imagine. Bate's courage and dedication to the cause of justice in Ethiopia was unparalleled. He was not just a political figure, but a devoted family man who fought for a better future for his children and for all Ethiopians. We stand in solidarity with his family, echoing their cries for justice and sharing in their longing for a brighter future for Ethiopia. Given the turbulent political landscape, it is important to remember that the fight for justice, the fight that Bate was so passionate about, is far from over. His life, though cut short, serves as example for all those who continue to fight against political repression and for the establishment of a democratic society where every voice matters. His legacy is a testament to the power of courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to the pursuit of justice. In the midst of this sorrow, we express our hope for a brighter future for Ethiopia, a future characterized by stability, prosperity, and respect for human rights. The path to such a future may be fraught with challenges, but the legacy of courageous individuals like Bate Urgessa provides a hope that illuminates the way forward. May his families and friends find comfort and strength in their memories of Bate and in the knowledge that his fight for justice continues. His legacy is not just a memory, but a torch that lights the way for Ethiopia's journey towards a more just and prosperous future. We see in Urgessa's untimely death a merciless reminder of the political instability and rampant human rights violations that are hampering Ethiopia's journey towards stability and prosperity. It underscores the ongoing struggle for justice, accountability, and an improved Ethiopia. That concludes our broadcast for today. We appreciate your presence with us. We are eager to gauge your perspective, so before we bid adieu, do remember to subscribe to our channel for receiving more news updates with similar depth and insight. If you found this video beneficial, please hit the like button. We also encourage you to express your thoughts and ideas in the comments section. It's your involvement and response that fuels our journalism. Until we meet again, stay updated, stay secured, and have a wonderful day ahead. We appreciate your viewership.